All right, I am here. I'm going to turn you around for a second so you can see me. And hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? I have to wear the mask. It's required, even outside. Hi, Kathleen. So let me know if you can hear me okay. And then I will turn the camera around so you can see Rome instead of me. No one has said they can hear me. Somebody say you can hear me. Yes, you can hear John. Good. Okay. I then am going to turn this around because this will be a better view as we're walking. All right, so I just finished up Tipsy Tuesday. I did that on YouTube. And now I am walking home. I'm taking the long way. Here's Frigidarium. This is a gelato favorite of many people. A lot of seminarians love it. A lot of tourists love it. There's usually a long, long line outside of Frigidarium. But as you see, no line. And that's because everything is closed at 6 o'clock. So this is the Irish pub, the Abbey. You can come here to watch American sports like football, baseball, basketball. But they have to close the table service at 6 p.m. So this is my third daily walk. Yesterday I did this on Instagram. I'll bounce back and forth, Instagram and Facebook, since I can't do both at the same time. But they're always going to be posted to YouTube and also my website. So if you ever miss a daily walk, of course they're always going to be at different times too, just whenever I feel like walking. So not really a scheduled thing, just know that every day I'll be out walking. But they're always going to be archived on my website and on YouTube. Because sometimes I'll do it on Facebook, sometimes on Instagram. Just depends. So the street I'm walking on now is usually full of people. I just finished up Tipsy Tuesday from the Wisdomless Bar, and I mentioned that I'll kind of tell you the same thing here. Oh, this building here that I'm passing, a brown door. This is the American dentist in Rome. So there's a dentist here that speaks English. He actually lives in Iowa, and he opened up an office here. So he has an office in Iowa and then an office in Rome. So that's where we go for the dentist. Anyway, as I was mentioning on my Tipsy Tuesday a little while ago, Italy, we still have certain regions that are quarantined, locked down. They've split Italy into 3 levels: red, orange, and yellow. Yellow being the least problematic, red being the worst. But Rome is yellow, so we're doing okay right now. And so the restrictions that we have are that restaurants have to stop table service at 6 p.m. That includes bars and coffee shops and pretty much anything else. No table service anywhere after 6 p.m. And we have a curfew from 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. And all over Italy, all museums are closed. Churches are still open. Masses are still going on. But those are our only restrictions, really, or just the curfew and the table service. So right now it is just now 6 p.m. and so everything is closing up. Oh, this is interesting. This place has look at that. A blue pool table. I've never seen this before. So I'm taking you now to Piazza Navona. Here's a hair salon. So on these daily walks that I'm doing, it's not really to do tours or to tell stories. Like I tell stories on Tipsy Tuesday. I tell like news updates on Second Cup Saturday. But the daily walks is just to kind of show you Rome while I'm out walking. Because I go walking, why not bring you along with me, right? But if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Hi to Maryland. I like to see all the different states and countries that are watching. So yeah, if you have any questions while I'm out walking, just let me know. I'm going to walk you through Piazza Navona so we can see what it looks like in this crazy time. So Rome, it didn't get crowded after the quarantine, but once hi North Carolina, once the quarantine was lifted in Italy, a lot of Italians and a lot of Europeans started traveling through Italy. So especially like some of the islands like Capri and Sardinia. But of course the Savannah, Georgia, Las Vegas, Southern California. Oh, I love it. Vermont. Never been to Vermont. Oh, wow. This street here, I haven't been here at this hour. Oh, it's getting kind of windy. Hopefully it doesn't mess you up. Kentucky. This street is just lined with bars. And I have not been here after 6 p.m. since this curfew thing started. Crazy. So quiet. Anyway, after the quarantine, Rome had a lot of tourists from other parts of Italy. Hi, Denver. And other parts of Europe. But once they started locking down the regions, when the virus started going up again, Cincinnati, now it's just like Italians here, or just Romans rather, because even other regions, it's hard for them to get away. So we're entering Piazza Navona now. So if you're like in an orange region, you have to have like a valid reason to travel to a yellow region. And if you're in a red region, same thing. So Piazza Navona, 6 p.m. on a Tuesday. Empty. There's like just a few people out here. Look at that. Spicewood, Texas. All right, turn you around. You love the walks. So I hope I say your name right. Shireen? You'll have to message me and tell me how to say that, because I don't want to get it wrong on camera. So this is Bernini's Fountain of the Four Rivers, Grapeville, Texas. Fountain of the Four Rivers. So it's still okay to be outside. That's why you see people out here taking pictures. The restrictions for us really are to avoid big gatherings. So that's why they want restaurants and bars closed at 6 because not as many people would go to lunch, for example, but a lot of people go out for dinner. Get this view of the fountain, the Church of San Agnese. It's where the skull of St. Agnes is located. Tipsy Tuesday last week was on the roof of that church. So you will still see people out walking. Our curfew is again at 10 o'clock, but they have the restaurants closing at 6 to avoid crowds gathering. And really, they first closed the bars because they didn't want people hanging out drinking in bars, because of course you don't have a mask on or anything when you're in a bar. And so they wanted people to just go home. And I think it's working because there's not a lot of people out. Let's see, which way should I go? I'll go this way. There's not a lot of people out. So I guess they do go home. And the ones that are out, they're not really gathering anywhere because they kind of just have to keep moving. So in front of me, that's the Church of San Andrea della Valle. So I think what we'll do is we'll go past that church and over to Campo di Fiore. Just because that'll be another place it's crazy to see at this hour. Because that's where a lot of bars are, a lot of people hang out and have drinks all night, like until the early morning hours. And my guess is that it'll be empty because all the bars are closed. To my left, I'm not going to walk over there right now, but if you were to turn left from where I'm standing, you would get to the Pantheon. Yes, Carolyn, we'll see Bruno there. So we'll be there in a couple minutes. Again, let me know if you have any questions. There's a church. Let's pop into a church real quick. This is the Church of the Sacred Heart. They're praying. So that's the Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Just off Piazza Navona. In fact, the other side of the church, the entrance, is in Piazza Navona. Does the market still take place in Campo di Fiore? Yes. And especially now that there are no tourists, there are less of the touristy type booths and more of the flowers, fruits, and vegetables. Kathleen says, do I wish I had a little car? Nope. No interest in driving here. Are there any local churches that offer the traditional Mass? Yeah, there are 2 that are traditional Latin Mass parishes. So Santi Pellegrini, Trinita. Most people just call it Trinita, Holy Spirit. That is Latin Mass parish. That's actually not far from where I am now. And then another one is right by Castle Sant'Angelo, and that's the one I usually go to. But then even at St. Peter's, there is a daily... Oh, here's a grocery store. Coop. One of our grocery stores. So even St. Peter's has a traditional Latin Mass every day. 7 a.m. at the altar of St. Michael. So there are places to find it. I think St. Mary Major has Latin Mass once a week. Okay. Oh, San Andrea del Valle is open. Maybe I'll give you a look inside there for a sec. Where am I? I'm in Rome at the Church of San Andrea del Valle. This main street here goes all the way from Termini train station to the Vatican, more or less. Here, I'll pop into this church for a second just to give you a quick look. Could be a mass going on, I don't know. I actually haven't seen this church open since the quarantine. Beautiful church. We have a couple popes buried here, a couple of saints. But it's dedicated to Saint Andrew. All right, back outside. Don't want to disturb the prayers by talking and walking. So this is one of the main streets of Rome, and it's empty. Like, you might see a couple cars, but it is usually much busier. But I know that's how it is all over the world. But I can only show you how it is in Rome. So we'll take one of these back streets up here. Go over to Campo di Fiore. What time is it? It is 6 something. Let's see, 6:20. It's very sad to see Rome like this, which is one of the reasons I wanted you to see it, because if you've ever been here, you know how lively this part of town is. Just so many bars and restaurants, all having to close. This hotel here, nice hotel. They have a really nice rooftop bar, breakfast room that overlooks the city. But they've been closed since March. All these hotels, you see the signs. Most all of them are closed. No tourists, of course. There's another grocery store. These are all bars, gelaterias, sandwich shops. Crazy. I haven't been to this area since our new restrictions. Well, I have, like, during the day, but not when everything's closed. So now we're in Campo di Fiore. All these places where you see the awnings, those are all bars and restaurants. Usually packed full of people. Even right after the quarantine, these places were packed full of people. Now just empty. Now when I say packed full of people, I mean like hundreds of people. This is like the party piazza. One of them. There's a few party piazzas. This is definitely one of the party piazzas. So it gets its name from the flowers. The flower salesman over here. So there are flower markets here. But there's also food markets as well. And because it's become such a touristy place, lots of touristy places. So you can buy like magnets and t-shirts, olive oil and touristy little bottles shaped like Italy. Wow, it is crazy to see it this empty. I don't know how these places survive. So I mentioned this at the beginning, but for those of you interested, I'm doing another patrons event, patrons only event on Saturday. And it's a cooking class. So if you want to join that, you can become a patron. Go to my website, thecatholictraveler.com. And my wife is actually going to show you how to make amatriciana. Very traditional dish. And she does it in the traditional way. And I think you'll enjoy it. And all the videos we've done, all the live videos we've done for patrons are archived there as well. So even if you missed something, you can watch it again. Or after the fact, rather. So this is a quiet little street. You can hear some church bells. I can't tell which church that is. Which restaurant is a great restaurant? There's a lot of good ones around here, but I'm always looking for new ones. So this street has a lot of art shops, food places, all closed, of course. Also some clothing shops. Here's a hair salon. Fortunata. Yeah, that is a good one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the cooking class as well. I think it'll be fun. Previous events we did church tours, Vatican museums, after hours. But cooking is something everybody can use. Here's a nice little restaurant I've never been in, but it looks pretty. Nice tables, nice chandeliers. We also have a lot of shops. Let me back up a second so I can talk as I'm walking by this place. A lot of like craftsman type shops. So like this guy here, looks like he reupholsters furniture. So he has all the different fabrics, chairs, different color fabrics. So lots of artisans around here, which is great to see that not everything is just sent to dumpsters. People like actually care about their stuff. Here's some nice furniture. Like I said, very artsy, crafty street. Here's a glass shop. All different types of glasses. Chandeliers, candlesticks. Here's the herb store. So things like vitamins, teas. Here's the bicycle shop. So they sell and repair bicycles. There's a priest coming out. Priests ride bicycles too. Any pottery shops? There are pottery shops. I don't know about on the street though. Here's another nice looking restaurant that I've never been to. But it looks nice. The bar looks really nice. It's nice walking around when it's still early but dark, because you can see in the windows of all these places and look for nice new restaurants just based on looks. No idea how the food is. Lots of clothing shops on this road. Gloria, I will bring you to the crafty street next time. Here's the basket weaver. So the basket weaver has a little ape, a little car with different types of baskets on it, advertising what they do. And then in here you can actually see all the baskets. So you can come here and get a custom weaved basket just for you. What neighborhood? I just left Campo di Fiore. I went through Piazza Navona, and now I'm headed towards the Vatican. There's a nice little glasses shop. So eyeglasses, sunglasses. So as I mentioned, these daily walks is just to bring you with me as I'm walking. Sometimes I'm walking home, sometimes I'm walking to the grocery store, whatever. But I thought it'd be nice to have you along with me so you can see some stuff. Flashing lights. We have a lot of lights going out in Rome. What is this shop? I don't know what this is, but it looks like toys, junk. Big Care Bear. Oh, it's a toy shop. Okay, yeah, I've been here. Toys and books. Here's another crafty shop. Looks like they do more upholstery type things. Purses, and you can see the artist. He probably does alterations and stuff. You can see his sewing machine set up, his table. But I love that you can see these Italian artisans, how they're just set up in their windows. Oh, over there is Piazza Navona. So if you've been to Rome, you've probably driven by this church, if nothing else. Ciao, Anne. Piazza Navona. So that's where St. Philip Neri is buried. And in a couple minutes, we'll pop out by the Tiber River. Hi, Melody. Are you like in for real school, or are you doing from home? Just curious. Ah, this cafe here. This is the place where I had my first cappuccino after the quarantine. So all the cafes were closed during our quarantine, and I was just walking along this road the first day that we could go outside again, and this place was open. It was the first place I saw, and I went in there and had my first cappuccino. Here's a really nice espresso machine. Look at that, the white, the red racing stripe on it. Nice breads in the window. Some lady sitting there. So Melody, you are in school. I'm sorry. What a mess. All right. A couple more blocks and we'll be at the Tiber River by Castle Sant'Angelo. So last night, the walk I did it on Instagram, and it was raining. And so I wanted to show people Rome in the rain. So it was in the evening. I went to St. Peter's to listen to the bells. And then we went over to Castle Sant'Angelo. What's the name? The name of what? What did I miss? I don't know. Hi, Laura. I don't know if I saw your whole question. I'll just see what's the name. I don't know if you mean the name of the street or the name of the shop. Here's another church, Santa Lucia, St. Lucy. She's the eyeball saint. They might have a mass, so I'm going to go very quietly. I don't hear any. Oh yeah, they're having a mass. But you can see. So, Santa Lucia. Oh, the name of the cafe. Panificia, I think. I've only been a couple times, so I'm not really familiar with it. I just know that cappuccino I had post-quarantine was the best coffee I'd ever eaten. This is a really cool spot. Very popular with the locals. Vino e Olio. So it's a wine bar. You went to mass at that church. Yeah, it's a beautiful church. Yeah, so this is a wine bar. So in normal times, like you can see there's only a couple tables. Oh, camera's bouncing all around. There's only a couple tables in there. So in normal times, people will order a glass of wine and they'll come out into the street and it'll just be full of local Italians pretty much every night of the week. But not after 6 p.m. now. Now you have to drink earlier. Passing a jewelry store. Here's an art store. Oh, here's a tea shop. So this is a shop where they have all kinds of teas, teacups, tea kettles, tea blends. And there's a really nice pharmacy over there too, like old style apothecary shop. Here's a furniture shop. I guess this is probably like used furniture. Pinball machine. All kinds of fun stuff you can see when you're walking through Rome. One of my favorite restaurants is right over there, Palese. Here's another art shop. Probably the artist paints all these, I imagine. All original. There's Pinocchio. So this is another art shop. Alan, I don't understand your question. Why don't they observe? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Oh, this is a nice little... It's not like a full grocery store, but they have like wines and oils and spices, pastas. So just a few things that you need. Here's another like vitamin. Oh, this is biocosmetic. So it's organic cosmetics. So it's kind of like a pharmacy without the drugs. All right, we are almost to the main street. I don't think we're going to see any more shops. Another hair salon I just passed. Antique store. Coat shop. Place where you can buy your coats. Jewelry store. Tell us about the restaurant. Which one? Piazza that I mentioned? Oh, Jessica says, are we not on lockdown? No, we are not on lockdown. So there are different regions of Italy. I'm passing a bookstore now. There are different regions of Italy. 15 out of 20 have some kind of strict rules right now. A few of them are pretty much locked down, but Lazio, where Rome is not. Lazio is still considered one of the safest parts of Italy. So we have a curfew, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., and our restaurants have to close for table service at 6 p.m. But other than that, pretty much everything is normal. Throughout Italy, museums are closed. But that's about it. And we have to wear masks outside. But everything is open. Like here's a hair salon, it's open. Churches are open, mass is happening. So now we're back on the main street. So we crossed the street a little while ago. Above the stores are those apartments, yes. So these are all apartments above the shops. And there's the question about Piazza, what type of restaurant. It's very casual, local Roman. It's owned by the Piazza family. They have really good pizza, really good pasta, really good food. It's one of our favorites, so my family goes there all the time. And I take my groups there as well. Very inexpensive. There's another church over there. That's the Florentine church. So that's the church of the people of Florence. And they have an English mass in that church on Sundays. They have the relic of the foot of St. Mary Magdalene. So very cool relic to have. The first foot into the empty tomb. So now we're going to cross this busy street, which isn't busy at all these days. Usually it's one of the busiest streets in Rome. Cross over here. What is the latest mass here? There is a church, Santa Maria in Via Lata, and they have the latest mass in Rome, which is 9 p.m. So if you miss Sunday mass, you can always go there and still make it. So most churches open at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. So the last mass of the day for most churches is either at 7 p.m. or 6 or 6:30, and then they close at 7, or they have the mass at 7 and then close right afterwards. But that church stays open extra late. And then the earliest masses, unless you're like in a religious community or something, are usually at 7 a.m. There are a few exceptions where they have 6:45 mass before officially opening the church. All right, so now we're at the Tiber River. I'm almost home. There's Castle Sant'Angelo. So last night's live, which is on my website, thecatholictraveler.com, and it's on my YouTube page. I took people to St. Peter's Basilica to listen to the bells. It was raining, so it was really pretty. And then we walked over to the castle And I explained a little bit about the castle. So now we're just waiting for the light to change so I can cross. You can see St. Peter's Dome in the distance. The sounds of Rome. Vespas, horns, police. All that's missing are the church bells. You're welcome, Chan. I enjoy doing this. I should have started years ago, but now I've started it, so it'll continue. Daily live walks. All right, here's a view of Casa Sant'Angelo. There's a hospital right across this bridge, so there's a lot of ambulance traffic here, even in normal times. Beautiful view of the castle. This is my favorite site in Rome. From this bridge, with the Tiber River down there, the Bridge of the Angels, looking at the castle. I love the way they have it lit up. We'll keep walking. But I'm almost home, so if you have any questions, let me know. Again, patrons event this Saturday if you're interested, cooking class. You can sign up on my website, thecatholictraveler.com. All my walks will be archived on my website, so I'll be doing this every day. Just different parts of Rome while I'm out. Maybe I'll be walking back from a bar, like today. I'm walking back from my Tipsy Tuesday. Or maybe I'll be going to the grocery store. It'll be at various times throughout the day. But live every day, showing you something in Rome. Or wherever I happen to be. But it's going to be Rome for a while, because I can't go anywhere. And then coming up Saturday, in addition to the patrons event, I also have Second Cup Saturday. Those have been a lot of fun. Having a coffee with you and just talking about what's going on in the world. A Catholic gift shop? What do you mean, Kathleen? You want me to take you to a Catholic gift shop? Here's yet another church. We have nearly 1,000 churches in Rome. The number is always debatable because nobody really knows what counts as a church, how to count the churches. So it's just always safe to say about 1,000. We'll pop into this one real quick. This is the Confraternity of St. Michael the Archangel. So be very quiet. Beautiful church, tiny church. There's just a priest in there praying, so I don't want to disturb him. But this is Our Lady of the Annunciation in the Borgo. So this region, this neighborhood is called the Borgo. Most of the streets around here are called Borgo something or other. So Borgo Pio, Borgo Angelico, Borgo Spirito. So that is Our Lady of the Annunciation in the Borgo. And it's run by the Confraternity of St. Michael. So if you've stuck around this long, you're about to get a lovely view of St. Peter's. There's another church in front of me too. That's the Carmelite church. Santa Maria Transpontina. So across here. And then we're going to be on Conciliazione. And you'll get a nice view of St. Peter's. And then I'm going to go home. But I would love it if you would share this video so that other people who might miss Rome, who don't follow me, can watch it. Because again, I'm going to be doing this every single day, either on Facebook or on Instagram, so that you can all get a little bit of Rome while you're away. St. Peter's Basilica. Yes, Gibbons-Burke, you're correct. That's the Pachamama Church. It's really a great church, though. Good community. I don't think they really knew what was going on with that. It's one of the few churches that kept the mass going during the quarantine. Even during the quarantine, it's one of the few churches that did a procession. They processed the Our Lady of Carmel, Mount Carmel, through the streets of Rome with hundreds and hundreds of people following. So yes, they had the Pachamama incident, but they are good people. Let's see, what time is it? No bells coming up anytime soon. I was going to let you listen to some bells. I'll walk a little closer, then I'm going to go over to my home. So I live just off this street, a block or so away. If you want to watch last night's walk again, that is... Actually, I don't think I put it on my website yet. I'll put it on my website in a little bit. But it is on my YouTube page. You can see Rome in the rain. We just went to St. Peter's Basilica, or the Piazza rather, and then down to the castle. I told a little bit of the history of this street. So good. I hope the quality's been okay. I hope the sound has been good. I've been trying out different ways of going live. I walked too fast for the bells. Yeah, I did. But I have to get home. No bells for 10 minutes. You can go watch last night's bells. All right, I am going to go. So share this if you can. Become a patron if you can. Watch out for tomorrow's video, either here or on Instagram. And hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay faithful. Go out running like these people. Good night.